Good evening, welcome on into another episode of From Day One. The Frauditors, Auditors, Subsets, and Karens are all ready, and I've actually dragged somebody out from the past. Tones is back from the dead to bring us some soft sets.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tones Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. And I'm back, everybody. As many of you are aware, I had to take a little bit of a break last week due to something that's been going around lately that YouTube particularly doesn't like when you mention. And despite for once having all the free time in the world thanks to self-isolation, making content can be a little difficult when your voice isn't working properly and you're in varying states of delirium, as these failures of my usual vocal warm-ups from last week will now demonstrate. Red leather, yellow leather. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled it.
Well, I got it off.
I am your father. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. Goods, glory, ram. Yeah, things kind of got weird, but I'm happy to report that I'm feeling much, much better now, and a prolonged period of self-isolation filled with profound loneliness and boredom has had absolutely no negative effects on my mental health whatsoever. Now, as nice as it is that I get to enjoy a break, unfortunately, the stupid never does. So let's get back to pointing and laughing at some good old-fashioned idiocy. Break time's over, people. Ow!
Hey, we just got some questions regarding some discrepancies in the law.
Do you guys have masks to wear while you're at home?
No, that's actually why we're here.
Are you wanting to talk to the sheriff?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, let me see if he's in the office. I haven't seen him today, but he might be wandering around. I can give you his email address. He's pretty good about emailing people back.
Is that Mark Hartman?
Yeah, and this is about like the mask mandate.
Yeah, and the memo that Mark Hartman put out in regards to it.
Just interesting that he says he's not going to enforce it, but the first thing he did was ask us if we had masks.
Well, yeah, it's two completely different people with their own brains. We're not all mindless machines that just regurgitate what everybody else says and does, unless you're a frauditor or a sovereign citizen, in which case you read from the same script over and over and over, and have actually never had an original thought once in your life.
The next day.
So, is Mark Hartman in?
I can take down your information and set up an appointment for you.
Well, we need to talk to somebody today because we're reporting a crime.
Okay, let me have you fill out a sheet then. I need to put it into their dispatching system.
Just have the dispatching officer here to take a criminal report.
Okay, what's the report regarding?
Felony coercion.
Oh, fuck you.
Right.
Yeah, time to bring that down.
That's not my editing, by the way. That's how they edited it. I guess they expect the audience to read the documents the same way they did, in a frantic and ridiculous manner that prevents you from actually absorbing and comprehending the content.
Hello?
Hello?
Did you guys want to speak with somebody?
Yes.
Okay, my name's Sergeant Cottle. How are you guys today? Kind of disappointed in our sheriffs.
Okay,
Just so you know, I'm going to record our conversation. Is that okay with you guys? Yeah, that's all right. Okay. We went to talk to a couple of different county sheriffs, and we've been asking them what is the discrepancy in reading the law. Because the law says one thing very clearly, and then we have 36 different sheriffs all interpreting the law in some other manner that it's written for some reason.
Translation, you're just unhappy that no one agrees with your particular interpretation and insist on wasting your time and everyone else's to complain about it.
Also correct.
Enforce the law if you have 36 different opinions of how it's read.
Well, I think there are going to be some varying interpretations of laws. However, there's still elements of each law or the criminal statute that have to be met. If that makes sense to you?
Yeah, so what if every provision of a criminal statute was met? Did it would force an arrest?
It depends.
Well, your first duty is to
I agree, but we also have discretion too.
Well, that's not true if your first duty is to arrest and commit all persons. That's when the criminal process governed by statute takes over.
Okay, but in a lot of statutes, it doesn't say shall arrest.
In your statute, 206-01, 110.
Right.
You know what, let's take a look at that statute, shall we?
Bring it
And
up.
yes, while it does say that the first part is to arrest and commit to prison all persons who break the peace or attempt to break it and all persons guilty of public offenses, you may notice that nowhere in this statute does it say that the sheriff's duty involves arbitrarily deciding what is considered a public offense. That responsibility falls on lawmakers, not law enforcement. So therefore, if the law as it's written does not categorize something as a public offense, the sheriff is under no obligation to arrest anyone for doing it. You would think that frauditors are especially familiar with this, given how they broadly proclaim everything they do to not be public offenses, when most of the time they are.
That is the general duties of a sheriff. And the very first duty is a shall. It's not a choice, there's no discretion there.
It's right here, actually, I have it right here.
Arresting all persons for breach of the peace, public offense.
And we're talking about the mass.
The mandate portion, I could care less if it's mass or vaccine or anything like that. It's the mandate portion that is abrogating our rights.
Welcome to the room of infinite bullshit!
It's the part where it says sheriffs have many responsibilities
Popo.
within the community. All aspects of my job are important, but upholding the Constitution and protecting people's rights is my #1 priority. That's the part we heard about.
Our rights are not being protected, and will actually be taken away if we try to go into a courthouse to defend our rights being taken away.
Or perhaps if you actually tried to argue this in court, you would get laughed out because your arguments are absolute nonsense, which is probably why you, other frauditors, and sovereign citizens tend to make their arguments out there on the streets, because you know in the actual legal arena, the one that our constitutional rights guarantees us the right to have, will not rule in your particular favor.
How does one claim that they're upholding the Constitution and protecting our rights when the very same deputies from the very same department will write you a criminal trespass or arrest you against your rights, which is under the color of law? That's coercion, extortion of rights. There's a whole bunch of federal laws.
Are you speaking to any one specific incident, or is this something?
Well, so this has been going on for a year and a half, and we the people are getting really tired of it.
Speaking as one of we the people, one that still hasn't found the lung they coughed up last week, I'm not tired of it. What I am tired of is people like this who insist on prolonging the situation that we're in, where people continue to be at risk and their own efforts at precaution are undermined because stupid, selfish, arrogant, self-righteous prigs don't want to follow the rules, even if it comes at the cost of the disruption and even untimely tragic ending of people's lives.
You know, go ahead and tell them what you really feel.
We're all wondering why there's been a failure or refusal, either one, of duties for this entire last year and a half, when you guys are the only ones standing in our way from affecting private persons arrests or affecting our private person's authority. Because if we go try to arrest the people who are responsible for this, they're going to call you guys, and you guys are going to show up and shoot us.
Well, yeah, because if you attempt to perform a private person's or citizen's arrest on someone who has actually not broken any actual laws, that would be considered kidnapping and assault. And I'm sure you two are quite familiar with the concept of getting arrested for assault.
A violent confrontation over mask wearing going viral on social media. It all began when a man and woman walked into a Eugene, Oregon bakery not wearing masks,
Oh,
with a camera already recording.
these are these idiots.
Looking for an altercation over masking rules, and they found one, but this bakery owner refused to serve them without a mask.
Hey! Put your hands on
Yeah, don't touch her. After the bakery owner was shoved, she grabbed a baseball bat and then took off from there. The violence lasted several minutes, and then the maskless couple left the bakery. A few blocks away, they spotted police officers and approached them, claiming they had been attacked. When they showed police their video, something happened they never expected.
Furthering your unlawful racketeering activity, but, you know, you guys could just keep doing what you want.
So here's where we're at. Ricky, you're also under arrest, okay? I don't want this.
She said it was discretionary.
Okay, I don't want this
What am I under arrest for?
Assault.
Being an
Police
idiot.
quickly arresting Scott Collin and Amy Hall for assault, and their video is now the subject of a police investigation.
Yeah, I can't imagine why no one wants to support your private person's arrests or private person's authority.
Responsible for what?
Forcing everybody into involuntary servitude.
That's exactly what it is. It's
Oh, somebody shoot them. No, I'm not honestly saying to shoot them. You do relax.
It's not your conduct, it's your lack of conduct, which actually is your conduct.
Okay.
And because other people are doing it to us, you are allowing felons to continue acting feloniously while you guys look the other way
supposed felon that to this day you still claim were justified in brutalizing?
You guys have walked in here, I have not once asked you about masks, is that correct?
No, not here.
Okay.
But when we go try to get into a courtroom, will the judge tell us?
I have no idea.
So does the judge have the right, or the authority, I should say, to decide who has rights in their courtroom before they've ever gone through due process?
That is the judge's authority. It's his courtroom.
It's actually not his authority.
So you would have to speak with the courts about that.
Actually, that's why I'm speaking to you, because it's actually your duty to arrest even judges for public malfeasance or official misconduct.
I can tell you this: we've never had one instance of a judge calling us to remove some power.
If the rule that Chief Justice Walters cited for her authority to place the mask mandate on the court system is ORS 1.002, and that law says in it, within all applicable provisions of law.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure public health and safety concerns are applicable, especially since the 10th Amendment does grant the state the authority to impose whatever measures are necessary to ensure public health and safety. And since you've clearly demonstrated an unwillingness to respect the rights of a private business, then I think it's safe to assume you have no intention of respecting any actual state and federal law if it doesn't suit your narrative.
Because you guys are supposed to be protecting us. And when you guys don't protect us, all you're doing is stealing our taxpayer dollars.
I know I say this a lot, so please indulge me on this. You don't live there. You're unemployed. You don't pay taxes. Shut the up.
And to be honest with you, I don't know of any agency that has been arresting people for not wearing masks.
Okay, well, so I've actually been criminally charged because I was asking employees if they would get in trouble for not wearing a mask.
Wait a minute. What did that say? It says you were arrested for criminal trespass while in possession of a firearm.
Yes.
Why are frauditors so insistent on thinking that laws exist against things that are not actually arrestable? Nobody has ever been arrested solely for the crime of not wearing a mask. Nobody's ever been arrested solely for the crime of filming in public. And no one has ever been arrested solely for the crime of acting like a jackass. There are countries in this world that will send you to prison for selling chewing gum. And you want to claim this country as the pinnacle of tyranny?
Where was that? What county?
I'm in Washington County.
Washington.
And the store director told the police it has nothing to do with the mask, so she lied to the police. I have proof of all this.
You just agree bullshit.
I have no documented history of violence. And she said I'm hostile towards cops. I talk to every cop like I'm talking to you right now, except when they're acting unlawfully and trespassing me. So in that video, yeah, I'm a little bit hostile.
Which is every single police officer, every single time.
Every single video you've ever been in.
Being violated by criminals.
I smell bullshit.
Yes,
So
you do.
if you're not being criminally liable, you need to act in a justified manner, which would be to arrest the felons responsible for placing this on all of us. And putting you guys in the position you're in, honestly. Well, it's a really position for you guys.
And I would agree with that completely. And our sheriff has taken a stand that
You're an idiot.
we're not going to enforce the mask mandates.
The other half of not enforcing that is arresting the criminals who placed it in.
And I can tell you, like I said before, that I don't know of any instances around here in our county where that has been a problem.
Exactly. As the sheriff has made abundantly clear, they have no intention of arresting anyone just for refusing to wear a mask. Now, refusing to do so may very well end up getting you barred from entering a public or private facility, but that's solely up to you. And if you want to make a stink of it and refuse to leave when asked, well, then the sheriff would have every obligation to cite and arrest you for trespassing.
So even you saying that you're not going to enforce the mask mandate policy, but not going to go arrest the criminals, is committing a crime in my presence.
Well, that's just how you feel about it. Good thing the sheriff's job is to enforce laws and not feelings, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I actually have to do that in order for it to be committing a crime. Is that correct?
Refusing to do your duties is a crime.
We can agree to disagree on that.
I mean, you can disagree with what this says right here if you'd like, but that's coercion. You know a
No,
felon is
it's not.
You know the mask mandate policy is unlawful. Which
Okay, again, like I explained to you earlier, we're not enforcing any part of the mask mandate.
But the people who created the mask mandate, they created a forgery on public record, a false public record.
And I base that on absolutely nothing.
Correct.
It's a fine.
Okay.
So now it's a racketeering, money laundering instrument.
Okay.
So these are felonies being perpetrated against everybody in the state.
So what would you like me to do?
Go place cuffs on the people that put the order in place.
This guy is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Well, that's not
I didn't sign And I learned exactly who I was working for while I was over there. And now you guys are all just sitting here saying, well, that's not how it works. That's exactly how the law says it works. So if you're enforcing the law, then you need to follow the law. If you're not following the law, then you're failing your duties.
This is my suggestion to you. If you want those people arrested, I suggest you contact Oregon State Police.
Oh, I have.
Why do I feel like that conversation went the exact same way this one's going?
I have, but you guys actually have jurisdiction over Oregon State Police.
No.
You know, you
We
don't need to lie.
We can agree to disagree on that too.
I read your department policy manuals. I read every law regarding to your duties. I know your job better than you know your job.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Oh, is
Thank
that
you.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you got for me, sir?
I have a place for the private person's arrest, but I'm pretty sure you're going to resist and get violent if I do so.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not going to put your hands on me, I'll tell you that.
Well, under 161-255, I can.
Jimmy.
But we can argue that all day too.
Oh, for the love of God, sir, try. Please.
And that's where the video suspiciously ends, considering he put that caption there while forgetting to remove the audio that would indicate that he was in nothing but stunned silence when he didn't get his way. Likely all they got out of this was a nice long walk of shame. Now, I found these two to be a little difficult to categorize. By all accounts, their channel seems to indicate they're frauditors, but a lot of what they say and do seems to lean more towards soft-set territory, so perhaps they're in transition between the two. One thing that's for sure, regardless of whichever label we give them, they're both idiots. The level of delusion coming from these two is beyond extreme, to the point I would even dare say dangerous, since they seem to have this hardened belief that literally everyone is committing a crime except for them, to the point where they've even gotten physical with people and thought nothing of it. And it's never good when frauditors move into that territory.
Yeah,
but then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it.
No, you're not.
Damn, it's good to be back.
It's great to have you back, Tones, but no, you're not overthinking it. Alright, let's get some more Tones and more idiots. What do you got for us, Tones?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tones Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all.
Correct.
And after weeks of waiting, it is time once again to dive deep into the ultimate depths of idiocy. Engaging Fez.
Uh-oh, Fez time. Drive mine.
I'm just here to have a little day out to talk about this banner here that the Europeans are claiming to be theirs, and it's not. They don't have a flag or banner. Welcome to the room of infinite bullshit!
Thank you, Popo.
Many people don't know this banner here was from the 13 colonies where we freed the Europeans who fought in the war with us in the Revolutionary War. That's what this is about, for the Continental Congress and the Continental War machine. But Europeans, all of you who's been talking about you have a flag, y'all came over here, you don't have a flag.
Yeah, we're definitely in for a wild ride on this one, people. Also, apologies in advance for the poor quality of the video and audio. Apparently the only thing this guy had fewer in number than his brain cells was the number of signal bars on his cell phone.
You don't have nothing. This banner here is because we freed y'all from King George III. He had y'all surrounded. There's no way you guys can break free from that.
Well, there's an informed opinion.
Hey, by all accounts, proportionally, the Haitian Revolution shouldn't have stood a chance against the French, but you don't see me denying that that happened.
So the mental massage and you've been getting all the years where you have this banner on top of all the schools. This flag is a Moorish flag. This is ours. Doesn't belong to a European. Period.
Can I get a citation on that stupidity?
So when you all you KKK members around here surrounding yourself with this, believe me, it's not yours. You running around here like you're a Moor. It's all Moors. They have it on top of your schools, and then they don't teach you that this is yours, Moors. You haven't said a word, Moors, that is yours. And why are you letting these people here claim this is yours as theirs, Moors?
Must be a bullshit detector you got over there.
Oh no, Moors. Not this time. This time, I'm prepared. Activate Project Fessington.
Fessington?
Fessington activated.
Oh, you do?
Meet Fessington. Fessington, meet everyone.
Greetings, everyone. I am Fessington.
Oh, you do have
Ready
Fessington.
to take on all the stupidity this guy's about to spew?
Yes, sir. This guy definitely sounds like a few Fruit Loops short of a bowl.
Yeah, he's like the whole box
You
full
attend
of
the court, right? Now I'm tell you about the law, which y'all think is law, and it's not law. The supreme law of the land is Muslim law. It's international law.
No, it's not.
Okay? The supreme law of the land is international law. See all these waters over here? I'm about to show you. Watch this. See all that right there? All Muslim. All belongs to the pharaohs.
Funny that he should mention waters belonging to the pharaohs, because clearly this idiot is in denial.
Yeah.
Everything you're looking at belongs to the pharaohs.
Good job,
children,
Fessington.
which is me and the rest of the people that you call black. Yeah, this belongs to the black people. We ain't black, though. We're the Moors. Don't call yourself black. You ain't no white people either. Don't call yourself a white. You're a United States citizen. You're not an American. You're not supposed to be here, but you were enslaved by this fake government that stole everything from both of us.
The problem with you is you're completely delusional.
And
You lost a lot of blood for this flag or banner. A lot of blood, but they won't tell you that you were born rich. So what I want to talk to you about is you being rich. Okay? All Europeans were born rich. But this flag, or you call a flag, is a banner that belongs to the Moors. Well, we freed y'all, and because you fought in the Revolutionary War with us, the Moorish-American Treaty of Peace and Friendship, which is signed in 1787, is what you got.
You mean this treaty, written in 1786? The one that clearly says it recognizes the United States and its government. The same government you claim to be fake.
Yes.
Return
That one, Fessington.
for your battle with us, fighting against the British. It's the British that had y'all enslaved. There ain't nowhere in the world you could have gotten away from King George III. At all.
Well, isn't he just a negative Nazi? History is filled with smaller nations and rebellions beating the odds. Perhaps if you went and got a real education instead of attending a weekend course at YouTube University, you would perhaps have an IQ that doesn't start with a decimal point.
I like you, Fessington.
Flag right there is, or banner is yours, is not. You attend these courts, Moors. Listen, Moors. You attend these courts, but they don't have the Moroccan flag. Watch this here. I carry this with me every day. Every day. See that? Watch. See that? My flag is right with me every day.
Are you kidding me?
No, unfortunately, he's not.
Let me break this flag down. I want to talk about Muslim law because, I started a Muslim's law school, and there's no way for people to know what Muslim law is unless they know about the Pharaoh's law or who we are. This, before this flag here was created, this is a flag, this is a banner. Before this banner was created, this flag was already here. See? Flag of Morocco. Already here. This flag is at least 50,000 years old, and many people don't even know what it is or what it means.
Okay, seriously, what history book has this idiot been smoking? The Moroccan flag didn't exist until 1915, nearly a century and a half after the United States was established.
But I'm going to break it down. I'm going to do my best anyway. It's windy out here. Everything's going to flow like it's supposed to.
But I love that he thinks that the country was there for
These flags are not
50,000
supposed to be
years.
separated. So this is the cherry tree that George Washington chopped down, which is the Moroccan Empire's flag. So because it's not on top of the White House, you think this flag is on top of the White House. You call it the United States of America. but it's not. This goes on top of the White House. This flag, the Moroccan flag, goes on top of the White House with this banner.
Oh my God, is he serious? Clearly the wheel is spinning, but the hamster's dead.
The hamster's been dead, Fuzzington.
It says this is the Star Spangled Banner, and this is the one you pledge allegiance to. You pledge allegiance to the Moors. See? So when you attend these courts and they stole everything from you, they chop down a cherry tree, which is this when you go into court, and then you see this. But they told you it's theirs. Oh yeah, you just rule by the Europeans.
Is this just a genetic thing with you? Is it congenital? Did your mother drop you on your head when you were a baby?
No, you don't have a flag, a banner, or land, or court. You don't have nothing but the Moors stuff. And I'm here to reclaim it and put this real flag back up on top of the White House to reclaim the Moorish Moroccan Empire.
Thank you, Jonas. Keep laughing, Jonas. You earned it.
You serious?
So if you're conscious enough to know what I'm talking about, this is a will after you had fought with us in the Revolutionary War. You have the treaty is a will that was left for you to become rich, not be poor over here like you see all these homeless people in Seattle all over the nation now. They're homeless because the people that stole the bag from us have taught you crap. They taught you to go to attend schools for 12 years just to get a job when you were born rich.
I think I get it now. This guy is trying to justify not having to go to school or get a job and expects by some gobbledygook mumbo-jumbo magic that he is entitled to have everything handed to him without question, and that all the rules and responsibilities in life mean nothing because he doesn't agree with them.
So I tell you about this story because you need to know that you were born rich and you weren't supposed to attend schools here like you do for 12 years just to get a job, but you were born rich. The people that got us attending schools and sending our children to schools with our Moroccan Empire's Star Spangled Banner claiming it is theirs, they're frauds, they're plagiarists, and they're in trouble. Moors, listen to me. How can you sit there? You got the noble true Ali temples, and they claiming that the Constitution, you got part and parcel to the Constitution, when the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, is a plagiarized document owned by the Queen of England. It's not owned. That's not our Constitution.
Setting aside the absolute lunacy of, well, everything he said. The reason is because real practitioners of Moorish science don't actually prescribe to any of this nonsense and have time and again denounced people like this and their gullible followers.
But y'all claim it in court, you go in there talking like this is yours. Nobody has the Constitution like that. That Constitution was written and put there to enslave the Moors and the United States citizen. They took the bag from us, George Washington and all the rest of us. So if you don't know, I don't know what you know, but I know what I know. So as I bring this knowledge to you, Europeans, I'm not with any group. Y'all don't know me. I watch these groups out here, they destroy the Moors' names. They got the Moors' name messed up in every court you go in there, first thing the courts want to do, tell you that you're challenging the jurisdiction. They don't have a court. You attend these courts and they got your banner up there claiming it is theirs and it's yours. Just look at in your head that this Moroccan flag goes on top of the White House and it's the Moroccan Empire here and this is Morocco, the land. This is not the United States of America, the business. In the house fighting this crazy war with these lawyers and judges. See, most people think lawyers and judges have some kind of standing here. All lawyers and judges are British. Their flag is the British flag. This is not it. Neither one of them. All of them from the bar walks up in the court, make an appearance, talking about, I'm here, Your Honor, to represent the state. All states are run by the Moors, owned by the Moors, not by no lawyer coming up in there and then representing a Moor. Don't let lawyers come to these courts and claiming that they can appear in any fluctuating codes, robbing people left and right. And you don't know that as soon as they start talking, they got you on their side of the so-called law. When they don't have any law, they're all British, using our ancestors' ink pen, the Pharaoh's ink pen. What? When they took our cherry tree down, what came with the cherry tree is the Moroccan Empire's ink pen from the pharaohs. See, we're the pharaoh's children. And when we defeated the 13 colonies, when we freed these Europeans who was claiming our stuff and coming up in our court talking about we got a flag, you don't have no land and no court.
Okay, this whole thing is starting to sound like a very poorly written fanfiction. Between the cherry tree and now the pharaoh's ink pen. This guy definitely fell out of the stupid tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Europeans. I'm not part of none of those groups, so when I talk to you, you're not going to feel me right. But you don't have anything. And when I finish with you, all you lawyers and judges, y'all know what time it is, what you did to me. Y'all all know you're hiding right behind our United States of America's name. It's called the Continental United States of America, not no United States of America. And only Moors can use that name, you plagiarist. We don't have U.S. Attorney Generals. We don't have none of that. All lawyers are British, sitting in our spots.
Alright, he's being dumb. Unfortunately, a few things are happening here locally that I'm going to have to take care of. So until next time, like, share, and subscribe, be kind to one another, and release the Krakens. As we march along this evening and every evening here from day one. Have a great evening. We'll see you in the overnight.